Today we'll be interviewing Carl Adner, the leader of the Alpha team. So Carl.
Hey.
So your next game is against Ice Commando Squad. Are there any special tactics that you're going to use?
Well, our team seems to be very focused on passing, and I've noticed that we can use very complicated passing plays to get the end to score, and it works very well. And I think they have a very strong line of defense, but fast passing and good, effective communication between our team's players will result in a win.
How do you feel about your current position in comparison to other teams?
I think we're doing quite well. We're not doing as good as I hoped, but we're definitely coming there. My team has a lot of passion, a lot of will to keep going. So I think we're gonna get there.
How has practice prepared you for these matches?
Practice has been good. We focus a lot on passing and just making sure that we have control of the ball, at all times. Since we don't have very star players, to be frank, we don't have very star players. We have a very solid team though. So we've been doing a lot of passing, a lot of effective communication work.
Okay. Since defense is such an important key in handball,
Yeah.
How are your players, and how are you going to try and defend the 9-meter line?
Well, we've been focusing a lot on keeping it together and moving as a team, and beforehand targeting other players to make sure that we know who is the star opposing player. For instance, against the red team or the Kratos team, we have a very star player called Joseph Novak. He jumps over a lot of defense and shoots extremely hard against the goal. Now we know that we have to know who's covering him and stick together as a team and make sure that we're aggressive, just aggressive and make sure that our line holds.
Do you think that you have a chance in your upcoming games?
I think we have a very strong chance. We seem to have done very, very well against teams where we have assumed that we weren't going to do well. We've done better than we expected, and I think we can keep that momentum going.
Do you think that that your team is stronger than the opponents you're about to face?
I think when given the circumstance, we will be stronger than the other team. Yes, given the option and moment.
How do you feel your team communicates with each other when things are going bad or when things are going good?
When things go good, we're all very supportive. So I think our team communication is great, and we're very encouraging. When things go bad, we can get a little bit frustrated, but we almost always perform better. Even when we're angry, we make sure to focus on our position and our form during the game. Yeah.
Of the other teams, who do you believe is going to be the most difficult and challenging player to play against?
Of all the teams, I think it's either between Kratos or Badgers, as Kratos is a very strong player, but the Badgers have a very, very a good balance between their players of strong shooters and good passing. But yeah, that's a hard one.
Since you're the captain of the team, who do you think is the strongest player in your team and will be used most?
I think we don't have the strongest player. We play as a team. The strongest player, it's all in the moment. I know that I'm the captain and I do usually score the most goals for the team, but it's a very good team effort and everyone passes. And if you've seen our games, it's very complicated how we get into the moment and get the end to score, and we make it. So I don't think there's a star player.
How do you plan to improve your teamwork and team play?
Well, we've been focusing a lot on the mental side of things and encouraging each other, keeping a good teamwork going. And we, like I said many times before, we're a very passing team. We make sure that we know where everyone is, and our teamwork, I think, is effective. And we have numerous ways of practicing this in team practice.
Since the other teams have very strong and key players, do you anticipate it will be a close game?
I think it will be a very close game, considering the Ice Commando Squad seems to have a lot of players on their defensive line, and it'll be hard to break through that defensive line and score, but seeing that they do not have any star players, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to defeat them.
In the upcoming games, what will you be looking forward to the most?
What I'll be looking forward to the most? I'll be looking forward to that the other team is confused and trumped by our skillful, effective, and fast passing, so that we defeat them, hopefully.
Hi, welcome back to ISIN headquarters. I'm Joseph, this is Ivan, and this is the short halftime report. So Ivan, how do you think the game's going down?
Pretty good in favor of the Alpha team. The score's 3-1 currently, and I definitely think that they'll keep up this lead in the second half because we can see they're playing very aggressively and they've only let in 1 point.
Yeah.
Statistics are also in favor of the Alpha team. They've had more shots on goal, more passes, and more accurate passes, and more possession. So we'll be bringing us some statistics up for you to see, and please stay tuned for the second half review.
Here we are with Carl Adner.
Hey,
You've been playing quite good this match. How do you think this has been affecting your team?
it's been good. Team's been working well, lots of communication between us. But I think we should step up our defense a little bit more and take it easy when we're attacking.
You've had a number of turnovers. What can you do to prevent this in the next half?
Turnover from the other team?
You've been.
Oh, okay. I've been doing turnovers. I don't know. I can't answer that right now. Okay.
Overall, how do you think your team's been playing?
I think our team's been playing good. We've been passing good. We've had a solid defense, but we really need to step it up when they come in there.
What do you think you can improve on?
Defense and making sure the goalie can understand what's going on when people shoot from outside the 9, because that
All right,
happens.
we've been here with Carl. Thank you, Carl.
Hello, welcome back to ISIN headquarters for a full game analysis of Alpha's team 8-5 victory over the Ice Commando squad in the MS handball tournament.
This is Joseph, I'm Ivan, and we'll be taking for the first and second half of the Alpha team's victory over the S Commando squad. We'll be analyzing how the game progressed from a one-sided stomp to a not so one-sided victory, and we'll be taking a look at all the important highlights and we'll be bringing all of it to you. Let's get to it.
That was a very quick development of the score. What did you see in that short clip, Ivan?
I saw Carl scoring the first goal of the game. I thought that was pretty astonishing because he received the ball from the goalkeeper, and we can clearly see communication between the two. And we can also see Carl neglecting the opposition's defense and forcing the ball into the goal. Pretty powerful shot.
Definitely.
Yeah. If we look from the goalkeeper's perspective, see how he pushes aside at Elvis and forces the ball despite being blocked and marked by him, which is pretty impressive.
We've chosen another highlight to showcase, the Alpha team's solid defense. Let's take a look. So here we can see a great deal of communication by Carl Adler, the leader of the Alpha team. And they're playing a efficient zone defense. How do you think the Alpha team reacted to the situation, Ivan?
I think they reacted really well. They definitely had their priorities set right because we saw a lot of good defense, a lot of zoning. We even saw a steal from Matilda, which stopped a goal that was likely to happen because Jeremy would have gotten the ball. He was open. The ball probably went in if the goalkeeper hadn't stopped it. So that block was very essential, and I think it shows that they have powerful defense as well as offense.
I also think that block is quite essential, and it really shows that the Alpha team's defense is doing their jobs well. In the next highlight, we'll be seeing Yellow team's first goal. Let's take a look.
I think this was probably a slight miscommunication between the goalkeeper and the defense. Alpha's defense was clearly solid, but their blocks weren't angled correctly to stop Jeremy's shot, which resulted in an unfortunate point.
I also think the goalkeeper didn't have enough vision of the ball due to the defense. Alpha's team was clearly solid, but their blocks weren't angled correctly. Jeremy's shot was obviously far off from the 9-meter line, which also made it harder for the Ringa Byrjusson to block the shot. But the Alpha team manages to follow this up with another goal less than 1 minute later. Let's see the footage of that.
So the Alpha team used a lot of complex tactics and passing strategies to get through the goal this time. We see Philip passing the ball back to Carl, who then passes it to Runge, who makes use of the space, realizes that Carl is marked by the opposition, passes to Matilda, who then lands a pass to Carl, and he scores the point. Alright, so let's move on to our next footage, which will basically showcase effective defense and zoning from the Alpha team, but a powerful goal scored by Jeremy Larson of Dice Commando Squad.
So here we can see very efficient zoning and blocking from the Alpha team's defensive line. Carl and Philip are marking Elvis, double teaming him, and Elvis, who is a star player for the Dice Commando Squad, and Matilda and Bianca are taking the left side of the defensive line. We can see them lock down Elvis, giving him almost no room to pass or shoot. Then we can see Jeremy Larson call for a pass from Elvis, which connects and leads to a goal in the net of the Alpha team. What was the Team Alpha lacking in the showdown between defense and offense?
I think we had an overall great defense, and that the goal is very unfortunate because it bounced off of Runge's hands out of the defensive line, which is the reason why Jeremy got a free shot.
One thing they could have done to prevent this goal was to spread out their zone defense and talk more to each other. Who has who, and who's covering the ball.
We're moving on to the next footage, which shows another great goal scored by Carl, making it 2-1 for the Alpha team.
Here we can see Carl circling from the right wing to the center, picking up the ball from Ringe and scoring a powerful jump shot which bounces on the ground and goes into the goal.
This is a brilliant showcase of the communication Alpha has, especially between the goalkeeper and the captain, Carl and Runge, because it shows that Carl circles in front of him, knowing that he's going to receive a pass and knowing that this play is going to work, resulting in a goal. It seems like they've practiced this in practice because it's not something that could easily be done, and it definitely shows their commitment and power against other teams.
That's a great point. We will conclude the analysis of this first half with the last clip we have.
In this play, we see Carl passing the ball to Philip, who passes by the defensive line, runs up, and throws the ball powerfully past the hands of the goalkeeper. I think this definitely showcases that Philip is also a star player of the team and that he's powerful enough to score points on his own and with his team. And it's a really powerful way to end the first half because it shows that they're dominant and that they're the absolute.
That's quite true. He used the opportunity he was given efficiently and closed the first half with a great goal, making the score 3-1 to Alpha team.
Now we'll be taking a look at the second half and telling you about how it developed into an 8-5 victory for the Alpha team.
Carl stepped yet another pass and brought up the ball all by himself.
The shot was very powerful, and as we can see from the goalie's perspective, it was near impossible to block.
Let's take a look at one of our next highlights. The goal was wide open during the throw-in, and he was still able to defend it. Quite impressive by Ringe Bjørnson.
I agree, he's definitely an integral part of the defense.
Here we can see Carl coordinating a fast break Ringe and scoring a point by throwing the ball into the goal powerfully, making the score 4-1. Truly amazing play by the Alpha team. Let's take a look at one of our next highlights. This is a rather long highlight, which once again shows effective passing and communication with the Alpha team's offense. Philip scored a point after using a 1-2 strategy with Ringe and Carl.
Final remaining minutes of the game were very intense, but neither team managed to score a point, resulting in the final score of 8-5 in favor of the Alpha team.
I think that was a great game. Very intense, and both teams definitely played their best. And the Alpha team definitely proving that they are the absolute, with the astonishing victory over the star team of equal ranking.
We'll be concluding a side-side match report now. Thank you for being with us. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
I'm Joseph, this is Ivan. Thank you for watching.